You're listening to Spring River Chronicle. Audio on the go.
First National Banking Company. Get checking that pays with Super Plus Checking at FNBC.
Child raped. 18-year-old charged with the rape of a 13-year-old boy. By Lauren Siebert. Richard Morrow, 18, of Agnes Arc, was arrested February 23, after admitting he had engaged in sexual activities with a 13-year-old boy. According to reports, Cherokee Village Police Sergeant Money Lane of the Cherokee Village Police Department responded to a call late on the evening of February 15, pertaining to the possible rape. When Lane arrived, he spoke with the brother of the victim, who stated he had overheard his little brother crying and talking on the phone to a friend. According to the report, the victim stated that Morrow had made him perform oral sex on him. Lane then spoke with the victim's mother and informed her of the incident, which she was unaware of at the time. In speaking with him, Sergeant Lane noted that the victim was very upset and reluctant to speak with Lane, stating, "Now this is gonna come back on me." The victim then asked how soon Morrow would get out of jail. According to Sergeant Lane, the victim stated that, on Super Bowl Sunday, February 5, he and Morrow were walking down the street, when Morrow asked if the victim wanted to go in the woods, which they did. The victim then told Lane that Morrow then made him perform the sex act. The victim then wrote and signed a statement in which he explained that he felt, if he had not complied with the request, Morrow would have hurt him. The investigation continued on February 22 when Jeanette Cooper, with the Arkansas State Police Crimes Against Children, and Cherokee Village Police Chief Ricky Crook interviewed Morrow at Highland High School. After reading Morrow his rights from a form he had signed, Morrow admitted to having the victim get down on his knees and perform oral sex on him. According to reports, Morrow's statement matched what the victim had told officers, including the location and date the incident occurred. However, Morrow denied using a threat to get the victim to perform the act. As a result of the investigation, 3rd Judicial District Prosecuting Attorney Henry Boyce has filed charges against Richard Larry Morrow for rape, a Class Y felony. The said Richard Morrow, in the county and state aforesaid, on or about the 5th day of February 2012, did, unlawfully and feloniously, engage in sexual intercourse or deviate sexual activity with another person by forcible compulsion, said person being less than 14 years of age, against the peace and dignity of the state of Arkansas. As of March 6, Morrow remains in jail with a $50,000 bond, cash or pro.
You're listening to Spring River Chronicle. Audio on the go.
First National Banking Company. Get checking that pays with Super Plus Checking at FNBC.
Annexation tabled. The abrupt adjournment prevented the citizens from voicing their questions by staff writer Lauren Siebert. Cherokee Village Planning and Zoning cut short their regular meeting March 5, after covering only 2 agenda items, rapidly adjourning after more than 150 concerned area citizens gathered to address the commission. However, the abrupt adjournment prevented the citizens from voicing their questions for the commission concerning the annexation issue on the agenda. Planning and Zoning Commissioner Tom Rizzo called the meeting to order, and the minutes from February 6 and the special meeting February 14, 2012 were approved. The minutes from the February 14 special meeting included a notation that people from the gallery were given an opportunity to speak, but no details were included about who spoke or what was said. Rizzo stated that the minutes were not available, as the secretary was not present and we did have it taped, but there was nothing on it, Rizzo said, so we had to reconstruct the minutes the best we could. Rizzo addressed the annexation issue. "We are no longer looking at the area of Kenner Road now or in the future," Rizzo stated, asking the commission to table the item. "Now in the future we may look at what would be the area of 289. As of this moment, table the item." He left unstated whether the area of 62,412 fell under the portion that Rizzo said would not be looked at for annexation in the future. Rizzo then began to move on to the next item, when one citizen stated, "I'd like to make a motion to get that in writing, instantly followed by Jerry Adams making a motion to adjourn. The motion was immediately seconded with no opposition from the commission, abandoning the rest of the agenda items. As the commission members exited the room, citizens were visibly upset, astounded at being denied the ability to speak to the commission, as directed by Mayor Heffley at the February 16 City Council. Directly following the adjournment, the gathered citizens began discussing among themselves what they could do, and after several minutes concluded that the commission's actions called for a citizens' action, forming a new organization on the spot, known as Citizens Against Annexation. At the last meeting by Planning and Zoning, a motion was made and passed, unanimously, by those present to present a request to the City Council for an expenditure of a survey for potential annexation. That item was taken off the agenda at the last City Council meeting, and I would ask that the motion withdrawn with a vote of the members present today. According to CAA President Philip Orr, this was the first and foremost question the citizens wanted answered. The CAA members are planning to continue to appear at every Cherokee Village meeting until the Commission withdraws their motion, to request the Cherokee Village City Council to approve funding for the annexation survey.
You're listening to Spring River Chronicle. Audio on the go.
First National Banking Company. Get checking that pays with Super Plus Checking at FNBC.
Fires erupt across Quad Cities. Unattended fire pit threatens forest, buildings and lives in Cherokee Village. By staff writer Lauren Siebert. Wind carrying hot embers from an untended fire pit ignited a nearby wooded area March 2 on Columbia Drive in Cherokee Village, as reported by the Cherokee Village firefighters, that arrived in time to stop the fire at the front of the house. According to Lieutenant Russell Tanner, firefighters and volunteers were able to also extinguish the fire in the woods toward the west. The fire that had spread behind the house, however, was moving faster, fed by the supply of fuel from the thick leaves and brush that lay on the ground. The strong, shifting winds once again pushed the flames toward the north and east, putting other buildings in danger, while the intense blaze and heat from the fire got as far as melting the siding off the garage, before firefighters regained control. In an attempt to keep the damage at a minimum, firefighters wet the building, preventing the fire from igniting a vacant house next door along with 4 other homes that were in close proximity to the fire at the time. With control of the fire gained, the firefighters were also able to prevent the fire from spreading to adjoining lots on the next street, and potentially raging out of control. The fire did burn stored building materials, and caused severe damage to an outside storage building on the property directly behind where the fire had originally started, and at one point threatened to overcome the homeowner, as he attempted to save his personal property. The Cherokee Village Fire Department would like to remind everyone that during this time of year, with dry fuel and high winds, the fire department requests that they be informed before burning, and stay with the fire until you are sure it is out. Just one ember and a little wind has the potential to destroy someone's dreams or even worse, their life.
You're listening to Spring River Chronicle. Audio on the go.
First National Banking Company. Get checking that pays with Super Plus Checking at FNBC.
Griffin Park kicks off cross-country race series. ATV and dirt bike racers from across the nation compete in series of 12 races, beginning and ending at Griffin Park. By staff writer Lauren Siebert. The first ever cross-country race featuring ATV and dirt bike racers from across the nation was held by AXC Racing in the Arkansas Cross Country Racing Series, starting off in the Quad Cities at Griffin Park the weekend of March 3. According to AXC Racing co-owner Denny Ellis, over 60 riders attended to try their luck with the 6-mile course carved into the hillsides, creeks and woods of the Spring River area. "It's my job to make the track as safe and as fun as possible. It's like a dream come true for me," Ellis said. "I was very pleased with the turnout, especially with this being the first in the series. I expect to have twice as many racers in November, when we finish out the series." Although Ellis has been doing cross-country since 1993, he and his partner decided they wanted to try and blaze their own tracks. Ellis explained that this is the first year for the series as well. Every time I'd go racing, anytime I had the opportunity, I would jump at the chance. Last November, my associate Shane and I got tired of putting up with other people's ways of doing things and decided to start our own series, Ellis said. This is the first round of the first race ever. According to Ellis, Griffin Park has been trying to get a racing series here for quite some time, and now that he has the opportunity to run his, he set up the AXE Racing Series to begin and end in Griffin Park. They wanted to put an event on here, and had been trying to get another series to come, but they wouldn't, so we jumped at the chance, Ellis said. I've got some land in West Arkansas to start sponsoring a race here, and I decided one wasn't enough, we're going to do 12 this year. Ellis explained the difference between motocross and cross-country, to give better insight into what it's really like out on the track. Motocross is a track that's maybe a mile long, that winds around, and there is a lot of jumping, but the spectator can see just about the entire race as it's happening, Ellis said. In cross-country, on the other hand, the track is anywhere between 5 to 7 miles long, sometimes longer. A rider will go back through the woods, between trees, up creeks, down creeks, mud holes, and stumps. If it's in the woods, you'll run into it. Once the racers had arrived and signed in, they patiently waited to begin, but were not allowed to run the track once over before the race started. We put ribbons and arrows up to help them follow the course we have made, and keep them from getting lost in an environment they are unfamiliar with. AXE Racing would like to thank all those who participated in the first race of the series and the community for being so gracious about the noise made over the weekend. Winners for ATV Pee Wee ages 4 to 8 first, Carson Glover Pee Wee Pro ages 8-15 first, Ty Keith second, Hunter Griffin third, Randy Ryden Adult ATV first, Matt Johns second, Ryland Johnson third, Claude Dicus. Winners for Bike Pro Class AXE1 first, Brian Vaughn second, Parker Nolan third, Brad Warren AXE2 first, Travis Tacker ASR first, Jamie Mooney second, Randy Evans third, Ron Mooney B Open first, Eric Moore B Vet first, John Carswell second, Shane Emery BSR first, Dale Shank second, Keith Rooney C Open first, Trustin Evans C Vet first, Aaron Capel C Super SR first, Winston Brown second, Alan Lackey third, Joe Baver D Beginner Adult first, Wesley Carswell second, Michael Phillips third, Justin Walker Youth Class first, Danny Gould second, Caleb Shaver third, Ben House Right Injury Beginner Youth first, Zane Alls.
Thanks for listening to Spring River Chronicle Audio on the Go. Be sure to subscribe to the paper and check us out online at myspringriver.com.